Yeah, I thought that was over too. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. I got 520.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're live and we are testing the mic. And if you're waiting, keep waiting. Talent is on the way. Raider Fan Radio. Sav is there. What's up, Sav? Hang in there, Sav.
So the notification must have got out there. We got us notified. Is that what they said?
Okay, there it is.
There it is. Are we on? Are we on? Are we on?
Are we on?
Are we on?
Can
Are
you
we
hear
on?
us?
Are we
Can you
on?
hear us? Can you hear us?
I see
Are
the
we
mic
coming
is
in?
activated.
Are we on?
The mic's activated? Okay, what we
See
doing?
green.
See green? Green means go. And we're going.
Green means go.
Live from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Raiders from Oakland.
That's what time it really is.
Oakland Raiders.
I feel like I'm in a school or a prison. I feel like I'm in a prison lineup with the lighting and the lineup.
Oh, the usual
But I
suspects?
can do this.
The usual suspects? Now you're Marcel. Yeah, I see the meter going. RaiderFan Radio live with you with the check-in show. That's right. The hit it and quit it to come in and say hello to all of you out there and those that will be watching later.
We're checking in.
Checking in.
What's up?
We've been gone for a minute. Just wanted to check in and say, what's up? How you doing? Where you been? How you been? Everybody getting ready for the holidays. Turkey Day next week. Gobble,
I'm
gobble.
gonna eat me some
All
turkey.
that shit. Yeah, I know you are.
Oh, wait a minute. In honor of Thanksgiving, hello, turkey, because we're big in turkey.
Oh, that's right. Hello, Turkey.
Hey,
Here's my
turkey.
question. Maybe they could run the chat.
Musaka for everyone.
Do they eat turkey in Turkey?
Right?
I gotta know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Is that,
What's
is
up?
that the national food? Yeah, I think we might have referenced that before. But the main thing is, if they eat turkey, do they eat dressing?
Right. I think that's a country folk thing.
Country folk?
Country folk. I mean, do you eat duck?
You know what? That's a good question. I've eaten a duck
Duck goose, baby.
a long time ago. It was a Chinese restaurant. It was
Where
very.
else would it be, right?
Where else? Do they make duck like? Could you buy duck at the store, like a white person store?
Yeah, a white person.
I don't know.
That's usually where you'll
He's
find
not white. He's my
I'm
brother.
half Puerto Rican, so it's okay. Point being is that duck meat was very fatty,
it. Yeah,
so
very rich.
I guess my answer is no, because I spent more time digging around the fat than I was eating the duck.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
I got you. It is a lot of fat.
All the way on. Like, share, and subscribe, man. And we thank you all out there for supporting RaiderFan Radio. It's been a few weeks since we were on. This is show 49. Big shout out again to Victoria Fox. Show 50, we'll be talking about what happened at the show, the gig.
She broke the internet.
Man, she broke the internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just found out today.
Yeah.
Victoria Fox, so far, the award season for the adult film industry is coming up in January of 25. And that's what AVN, the Adult Video Awards.
Right.
And there's also XBiz, which is the LA version of AVN. And so far, she's up for 5 nominations.
5 nominations.
For XBiz,
Wow.
with more to come for AVN. So things are going good. Thank you very much, Victoria Fox, for bestowing our show. You can go watch her back on show 49 here on RaiderFan Radio.
That's what's up.
So that's that.
And you have to log in to see the show and let them know your age, because they put a restriction on show 49
They did?
because of our adult content.
That's my girl.
God, we didn't show anything.
I know, but because there is some evil being that's inside of YouTube
Evil being.
that chooses to track RaiderFan Radio and not everybody else, for some reason we got flagged and therefore they tagged us. So
That's because we're popular.
you must be an adult to watch show 49.
To everybody's guilty pleasure. And yeah, I see a lot of shows putting radio and incorporating radio into their, title or their name now. And also starting to see a lot of combinations of 2 guys and a chick.
Oh, yeah.
More than I had seen before on YouTube.
2 guys and a chick.
That's a lot of,
I'll do 2 chicks and a guy, but not 2 guys and a chick.
A guy
Is
and a
that
chick
too
in a
adult
cup.
for you? YouTube? How come Joe Rogan and Howard Stern
and the Bill
and all the
Burrs,
great, they can talk about pornography, but we didn't show anything.
More censorship to
We
come.
didn't say anything bad.
I know.
We might have had a few Diddy Lube jokes, but so was everybody
and
else.
she asked
right.
about Derek Carr's balls. Where's your balls, dude?
She meant football.
Yes, she meant football.
Where's your footballs?
Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Hit it. Punch it. Put us down.
They didn't quit it.
Powered by Gen X, Raider Fan Radio, the check-in, hit it and quit it show. We're going to hit it and quit it on which you who are coming in and are going to be here later.
Wait,
when this replays the football team, your Las Vegas Raiders.
Ah!
Drumsticks.
This is my birthday present I got a couple weeks ago from Raider Rob. Raider Rob, excuse me.
I see it's going down. Yeah, those were good.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah, those were good.
Oh,
yeah,
Stone doing tricks
Yeah.
right here at your fireside chat. Raider Fan Radio fireside
keep
chat.
moon on everybody all of a sudden.
Right.
Yeah, the fireside chat. We bought a fireplace, a little something different. The Raiders are terrible, and we knew they would be.
Yeah.
They went to Miami. The monsoon didn't happen, so for
So you
all
didn't
the
call
times
that
I
one.
call it, I didn't call that one. I didn't call the monsoon, but I am calling this. The offense is garbage with North Turner 15 years after he was first here or 15 years later. And then I saw Rob
Whether
Ryan.
it's him or his son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Derek Turner, doesn't matter.
Right?
And I saw Rob Ryan jungle love ass running around on the
He's back
sideline.
too.
He's back to what is with this Back to the Future when we were a marginal team then.
Right. Back to the 4-12 Raiders. Thanks.
Right.
Maybe we'll win another game.
Maybe.
Maybe we will.
So they're sitting on 3 and 6, I think, or whatever. But you are 2 and 6.
We're 2 and 8.
2 and 8. So you're getting close.
I'm getting close. I think I
The
said
Auntie
3
Blanco step,
and
yeah.
14.
Yeah.
I have a question. So at 2 and 8, the national discussion, it's not this year, it's every year. Do you tank and try to get that quarterback that you want, if that's what you really want? Or do you try to win a game? Or two? Do you try to win still?
What quarterback do they want?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I know. And it's rumor that's out here about Deion Sanders, who has turned the program at the University of Colorado around, and his son, There Sanders, who everyone's propping up. He's a solid quarterback. Not going to knock that. But I don't have him being a franchise quarterback.
Right.
I understand the Sanders name. I've been talking about it. Bring some explosiveness. Bring some, excitement, to the Dark Star and to the Strip.
Right.
Okay, fine.
For how long?
For how long? My thing is, There Sanders isn't a franchise guy.
Nah.
Okay? He's fiery at times, but he has to be provoked.
Have you
Right.
watched him a lot?
Yeah, Washington.
Yeah, he's
I really haven't. That's why I asked.
Mhm.
He's not the best quarterback in the nation right now.
Who is?
Cam Ward is in the University of Miami with the Hurricanes.
Okay.
And then you've got Quinn Ewers, who was down in Texas. My boy Jackson Dart that I was talking about 2 years ago.
Jackson
He's only a
Dart.
sophomore.
Right.
And he's playing relatively better.
Right.
Carson Beck at Georgia. There are a number of promising quarterbacks coming out this year.
But they're
again,
not ready.
you had some this season, at least 2. And, there's still a jury's out on J.J. McCartney because he hasn't gotten a chance to play, but he was a national champion
Right.
with Michigan
Right.
in 2023.
Right.
And the Raiders didn't make any kind of moves to try to secure either,
Nah.
some of those higher draft picks that went or even some of the lesser second-round cornerbacks.
So that's back to my question. If you think you could get
Sorry,
one
son.
of those quarterbacks between number 1 and number 3 or 4 or whatever, top 5, do you try to lose games to get into that bracket?
No, the Raiders don't have to try.
They're going to
They're
lose.
losing games because they suck. Okay? Because there's
That's my
no
answer.
there is no structure and no discipline over there. And, AP lost them a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, because he can't be trusted. Bad clock management, bad game management, no kind of emphasis on really having the offense be consistent.
Right.
There's not a series of plays or overall a package that you can count on them playing or running. Bowers is looking good. Your boy Stone.
Yeah, well,
he's looking good.
Yeah.
And he's physical. He's tough. Good hands.
He's a real deal football
But again,
player.
you're back to this one-dimensional shit where he's the best offensive player, just like Devontae was the best offensive player, but nothing else around him.
And he's gone.
Right, and he's gone.
And my point is, even when you talk about Brock Bowers, here we are, the Raiders. If there's one thing they've shown me in 2 decades, if not longer, maybe even 25 years, we sit there and we take all this time and we draft a great player, maybe 2, and we groom them, and then we lose. And then we lose. And then we lose. And then they go somewhere else.
Then they lose them.
Josh Jacobs.
Right.
Devontae just took off. And we've seen it happen many times over and over and over.
Yep.
Too many times.
As much as I love
Max isn't looking too happy either.
Max Crosby. I mean, God, can you imagine if that happens?
Imagine it, because that's what your future is looking like.
It's just like, unless you get an immediate turn. I mean, all these other teams that are, that have been in the dumps over the years, they'll go out and get a couple good players, at least have a few good years. We haven't even had that. We haven't had that since the last time we had a really good year was when Gruden was the coach.
Wow.
And then the NFL fucked him and took him out of the league. And even with an interim coach in Rich Bisaccia, at least we still looked like a team that had somewhat of an identity at the time and had some personality at least that the fans could go root for.
Right.
And then Josh McDaniels and blah, 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 everything downhill since then. And before that, it was, again, we maybe had a decent year. Did we have one playoff year with Jack Del Rio where we came close?
Right.
We came close.
But 1 year. 1 year. And then things went down south for 1 year, boom, he's gone.
Right. I think with Deion
no
is
consistency whatsoever.
Deion's another NFC-minded player, although he has been showing at Colorado that he likes to stretch offense. He has that great talent in Travis Hunter, some other receivers that are good there. Shedeur is playing good football. He's a little inconsistent for my taste. Doesn't have a lot of fire on the field.
Right.
But maybe that's just his personality. Grew up, secure, comfortable, and living the primetime kid life and all that. So I don't want to take that away from him. He's obviously got, some competitiveness and intensity about his game. He's a good quarterback, okay? But bringing Deion to the Raiders, it could be box office. It could be like Gruden again, although Deion's already established, okay? But the thing about that is him being able to put together a solid staff, okay, that can incorporate that intensity that he's showing up in Colorado with that team and how they're, intimidating, hard-hitting, and, like I said, offensively explosive, And does Deion, overly accomplished professional football player, will go down as one of the greatest ever, want to deal with this new age of athletes? It's different to talk to 17, 18, 19-year-olds as opposed to coaching, think they've already
that would have been
arrived,
my comeback
25,
to you.
26, 27-year-olds.
Bringing in a Deion Sanders and all that. I mean, time and time again through the history of the league, you could be a great college coach, even the best college coach of all time, and still not come into the NFL and light it up. As a matter of fact, it's very rare that it happens.
Yeah.
So, and Deion, with all the showbiz, not the showbiz, but the like you said, the attraction and the money, ticket sales.
He's a headliner.
It doesn't translate to great football on the field yet, especially if you've never been an NFL coach.
And again, you got to come in and capture the culture of the Raiders.
Can I get in here on this in terms of the culture of the Raiders?
Yeah.
Is where I want to get in at, because again, you've got to look at, yes, Deion would have been a great addition to the Raiders before the league blocked him from being able to play with the Raiders at that time. He understands AFC football, even though he's in the NFC. But he's going to have to, and I think that the league will give him the ability to move forward and do something, though. Because, again, all the Raiders coaches that you've seen in the last 20-plus years, with the exception of a few, have all been following the same game plan. That's why it didn't matter if Antonio Pierce took over or who else takes over, they're still going to do the same thing, which is NFC, pound the ball. The same shit since Lane Kiffin. They've been doing it consistently. None of them done anything different. But Deion has the power and the ability to push his ideas and his forward thinking. So it's a possibility they could have a little bit of success with it.
I'm skeptical, as I've always been throughout the history of my fanship with the Raiders, when, you know, it was evident that the NFL and the media, were against us. Is that the mainstream media are the ones that are really pushing this narrative. And, intermittently, Shador has dropped what is being considered hints about wanting to come to Las Vegas or what have you.
Okay.
At every Sunday after we've lost, for the last couple of weeks. My thing with the last few weeks, again, that's all swell and fine, but the media pushing it, I'm suspect.
Well, you got to
whenever they're on our side or talking about the best interests of the Raiders, there's some bullshit in the game.
Well,
now, they may be doing that because they're all Tom Brady kiss asses. And so, knowing Brady's got his 10%, and they probably see the future too, just like I saw it a year or so ago. He's going to end up majority owner.
Right.
And this is why the team is being appreciated.
Yeah.
And so, my other thing is, and this is the one where I'm totally tapped out, like Brutus Beefcake, baby. Okay?
Like who?
Brutus Beefcake. Look up your WWF. Great wrestler.
Tapped out, like wrestling.
Tap it out. With Brady, keep your eye on the horizon that they weasel Bill Belichick's ass in here. And that patriotizing part one was just a dry run with McDaniels and Zeppler. Whoever the mother.
Ziegler.
That guy.
Heil Ziegler.
Hell.
Hey.
Right, but you've got to be suspect of the media in terms of backing that. But that's, again, a sign that they would let him do his thing.
You bring Belichick in here and Brady with that whole, like we were saying 2 years, like I, was the first one to put out there, this patriotizing. It failed the first time. Now, like Orange 47, I get a second chance.
Right.
To come back now. I learned from my mistakes of first hiring, the little minor league squad.
I had mistakes and I don't give a fuck because I'm still going to do the same shit except to the 10th power.
If you sell a team a majority ownership next year before next season to Tom Brady, he's going to hire Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and guess what? Peace out.
I'm
already,
Fuck that, because that would be the NFL with a serious slap to our face.
Oh, yeah, they've already checkmate this.
Kind of thumbing their nose.
I understand.
That's what they did
Whack
to
Davis.
Foxborough.
That's
right.
a sensible assumption I would
like that.
agree with. But if you just want to go into the rabbit hole,
what happened to everybody that was wrong?
If we want to go into the rabbit hole, what we think Tom Brady would do, because we're already assuming that he's the owner, future owner.
Right.
Because what? And frankly, with all the moves Mark Davis has made, I've come to the conclusion that because I always thought the NFL was going to take it from him anyways, and he's now already had how many years since his dad died? 13 years since Al died. It really hasn't done anything to really justify it. And he hasn't won anything, period. So point being is that maybe it's time for someone else to take the reins. Back to the idea of that if Tom Brady was supposedly going to be the future partial, if not full owner, and even if he wasn't the full owner, he could still be making big decisions. So point being is that he already left New England. He went to Tampa Bay to get away from Bill Belichick and all that, to go show that he could do it without him.
Right.
So I guess I'm leaving the idea, or maybe I'm leaning towards the notion that maybe he doesn't feel he needs Bill Belichick to come back and, revive the franchise of the Raiders. Because, frankly, what is he, like 70-something? He's got to be up there.
Yeah.
And, man, look
at 24.
Look at the NFL now, young, all the way across the board. When it comes to head coaches, quarterbacks, it's a whole new generation of quarterbacks.
Well, my thing is, believing that the NFL would have their hand in it because they've had their hand in Brady getting involved.
Sure.
And they've sanctioned that. In my Raider conspiratorial mind that I must have and have had since 1972, the NFL sees Brady as glossy. He's, the hero of the times right now. And then you go get Belichick. Like I said, they manufactured that dynasty off of beating us.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said, here's the storyline of, they come back to be the saviors. How ironic. Wink, wink. But then, really, from stealing our identity, get to come 23 years later and really be a part of the identity. And legitimately put on the cloak of the Raiders when they stole it and the NFL stole it for them 22 years ago. Fuck that, man.
Checking in, Raider Fan Radio live check-in show.
Hit it and quit it, baby.
Real quick at you, and checking in and checking out. Checking into the Oakland Raiders and checking out at the Las Vegas Raiders at the point where Bill Belichick
I'm interested to know if the Raider fans
enters the picture.
If the Raider fans want Deion, since that's been the real talk the last 2 weeks. Raider fans, hit us when you watch the replay of this. Hit us in the comments, RaiderFanRadio@gmail. And on show 50, we'll dive into it a little more.
We're doing something special for 50.
We should.
Yeah, well, I think we are.
That's
a couple
the
of
big
5-0.
The
big 5-0. Took our sweet time getting there, but we're veterans in this game. We started this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, I'd be interested to know, Raider fans, if I'm not really hearing the buzz so far. Maybe you have. I know you pay attention to.
I see some things on the internet, but it's not like Shadur Sanders. Is that his name? Shador. It's not like it's like you can't assume that he's just going to be the savior of the
No.
They need so many more pieces.
Right.
You need a coach to go with him. You need a running back.
Well, the thing that's being shopped.
You need another couple of wide receivers to
fill in.
Well, the thing that's being shopped is when you talk about tanking, is that counter to the Raiders, which has been pretty much media pushed. There's been the natural talk about Deion going to Dallas, and that Shador and him would be a package there potentially. But because he's got roots in Dallas, lived in Texas,
Jerry Jones, I'm sure, will be making every move at this point because he needs to rebuild as well.
Right now, he'll really be big box office with Dallas. Even though they don't need it. But so that's what's up. Anyway, the NFL's week 11. Who's doing great? The Dolphins beat us. Like we said, no monsoon. There was no life on the team. Gardner mincemeat is just that. And
garbage mincemeat.
And I don't know what you do now. The third string guy, maybe throw him in.
They got the new.
Do we even have a third string?
Ritter.
Who?
Dave Ritter. I keep forgetting. Desmond Ritter.
Desmond Ritter from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's not bad again. This reminds me of the year.
That Kyle Bowler, Kyle Bowler was the.
Remember the year we lost to the big fucking setup with Brett Favre on the Monday night game.
Right.
And we were down. That year, I think those years, we were starting guys like Rick Meyer.
Yeah, that one night.
And Rob Johnson
that one night,
came out. Rob Johnson came late on the field.
Oh, my God. One of the worst nights ever.
But point being is that's what it feels like. It's the same. There was a time at the Oakland Coliseum.
Or J.P. Lossman.
There was a time at the Oakland Coliseum where I'm up in the stands and I'm looking down onto the field as we were having this miserable year. And there was literally guys on the defensive line that were bagging groceries or something like that. That same week, or working in a warehouse, and all of a sudden they're out on the field wearing a Raider uniform.
Right.
Same situation.
And missing tackles, fucking up.
Falling, looking like Benny Hill. Whenever they ran down the field, I feel like you hear that music.
Well, get the Benny Hill music ready for Sunday because they'll be playing the Denver Broncos coming to town. Okay, and with Bo Nix at quarterback, who's not exactly lighting up the world, but he is playing, comparable quarterback. Better, and it was a kid that, again, we could have possibly traded up and got. He went in the first round ahead of the Raiders, and went to Denver. And now he'll probably have a big spectacular game Sunday. As a matter of fact, I'm banking on it. Bo Nix.
Put money on it?
No, I'm not doing it. He's going to throw over 375 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Oh,
I'm calling it. All right.
375, 300.
I'm telling you.
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
375 and 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
I'm calling.
We are definitely in purgatory. Not only the
Oh, and it's going to be orange out. It's going to be orange crushing that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
orange wallpaper to the home game. Sorry, we're crushed out. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it just feels like a purgatory. You know, a limbo that's
Yeah.
been continual since Wack Davis took over, and here we are. And you know, it's very apropos and poetic of what's happening nationally. You know, it's just here we are, and we're kind of stuck. Nothing new, nothing to move forward or look forward to, and that's what happens every Sunday. And I'm telling you, just accept it.
Well,
Accept it.
Speaking about what's going on nationally, we don't need to deport these players. We need to import.
Yeah, we need to
Okay,
import
that's what
some
we need
quick.
to do.
Quick.
Anyway, like I said, around the NFL, Philly looking good in the NFC. Dallas is done. Dak Prescott's out for the rest of the season. It seems like the NFC, looks like it may be the Eagles. Buccaneers look good.
Lions.
Who?
Lions.
And the Lions, of course, yeah. National team. Everybody can root for Lions. In the AFC, Pittsburgh, they play Cleveland tonight.
They put in Russell Wilson, and all of a sudden he started to look like Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're resurrected. The Texans look great down in Houston.
Wow,
CJ Stroud, yeah.
They're doing big
They're
things.
down there doing. D'Amico Ryans has really got that team playing like he used to play. Like that's a team that has assumed the image. If you remember D'Amico Ryans when he was a linebacker in the NFL, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe not even that long, but he was, quintessentially aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Always prepared, smooth. You know what I'm saying? And just, sneaky type linebacker. Love to come on the corner blitz, sneak up the gap on a stun or whatever. But that team is very much like his personality that I remember D'Amico Ryans when he was a star linebacker in the NFL.
Jaden Daniels and the Commanders are starting to look like a team.
Commanders.
Oh, yeah.
With your boy Cliff Queensberry.
Yeah.
Buffalo and the
Cliff
AFC obviously
Queensberry.
beat
Buffalo.
the Chiefs
Oh,
finally.
man.
Finally.
Yeah.
Buffalo, the
playoffs.
greatest game of the
Do
season.
Do it in the playoffs, but I mean,
Right.
Josh Allen playing like how he used to play up in Wyoming when I was first watching him. I mean, that was just a great fucking
It was
run
a great game.
at the buzzer. So,
They just need to keep it up, and nobody stop laying down. But see, that's what I'm. Whatever. The Super Bowl is not here yet, and it's been the same. I can't get over, and I still won't accept what the Lions did, what the Ravens did at the end of last season. Just suddenly not knowing how to do what they normally do.
Just don't let the Chiefs fucking slide in the last minute again.
Right.
They're chasing it again. They're healthy or whatever, so they're looking good. But it's oh God, you just said it. Never mind. Somebody else to say with the AOC. Well, the Chargers unfortunately are looking good.
Well, we knew Jim Harbaugh. Look, I wanted Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers
many times.
Right. The Jets are crashing. Is it time for Aaron to go?
I think it's time for him to retire.
Mm.
And Devontae really looks stupid right now. I mean, it's one thing to whine, bitch, moan, and piss that you want to get out of town because you don't like where you're at.
Right.
But to decidedly say that's where I want to go because I want to play with my boy, which is understandable to a certain degree, but it backfired. Bottom line,
He's done that twice. He's done that twice
it.
in 4 years, and it's backfired twice. He wanted to play with Carr, backfired.
Mm-hmm.
Could have went back to Green Bay, didn't want to.
Man, Green Bay looks good too.
Yeah, Jordan Love.
Yeah, they do.
And
They got Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
They're winning games.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, the Rams look good too. So anyway, the NFL is cooking. Stay tuned. It's going to be a furious finish here as we get to the stretch run of the National Football League. Here in Las Vegas live, RaiderFan Radio, like, share, and subscribe. F1 is in town this weekend. Yes,
Boo.
in the fucking
Too much
way
traffic.
again with that traffic shit. And I don't go down this strip much, but I have to crisscross town sometimes, and I like to go across, some of the Harmon, and anyway. But it's a big deal again. Seems like the local merchants around that area there are going to be a little more involved, and they're going to find a way to make sure the track doesn't interfere with business. But if you're coming to Vegas for the F1, Uber, man. And if you ain't close to the strip and not staying close to the strip, really, you ought to just like say, fuck it, find you a cool spot to go watch it.
Keep F1, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Buy that shit out, man.
Yeah, they need to
F1
buy
does
it out.
nothing for me. I don't know what it does for the city of Las Vegas. Locals hate it.
We hate it.
Hate it.
There was so much traffic on 215 today, and this was going away from everything, I guess because they were rerouting them.
Right.
But it was just like we don't want to be inconvenienced. And when you start getting into, being here so long now, when you start like involving your shit in like, the local thing and inconveniencing us because we're supposed to be separate from all of that.
Well, you're also inconveniencing the strip too because the people on the strip can't freely flow.
That would be my point.
Limited,
is that even like the
people
people traveling in and out of town because they maybe want to come see it.
Yeah.
The strip isn't as cool.
No.
Yeah.
Because it's crowded and you can't get anywhere and all that.
Security and everything is so tight.
Yeah.
You can't have that overlap.
They need to take you to like some bumfuck town somewhere. For real.
Open.
Yeah.
No,
we love you.
What would work here because of how stretched out Vegas is and how now, you're starting to have more development happening out the strip would be a bike race. A Tour de Vegas bike type thing. I know they have something, but I don't know if they have one that's kind of on that level of the Tour de France type shit.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
That might
work.
Big. That might work.
The only time you see motorcycle races like that where they do cafe style track racing is usually on the big tracks, like out on the what's the track out here?
Las Vegas Speedway.
Yeah, over there off of Nellis in North Vegas, which is away from everything. Other than that, let's not clutter. You should have something like that off to the side so you can enjoy the town,
right?
And still, but yet still get up and go see the event. I mean, and then really think about it. You're sitting at this spot, like say you're a tourist in Vegas or local, and you're waiting for a car to come around.
Right.
What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
I mean, I'm not going to have a beer and eat some popcorn until it gets there?
Every minute and a half.
Overpriced lobster? I don't know.
Every minute and a half.
No.
What the promoters and the people behind it, of course, organizers saw was the spectacular backdrop of the strip at night. You know what I'm saying? How it lights up like the drumstick. It is a great backdrop.
Right.
But it's just not exciting enough because you have to condense it so much. Now, if it went down to the strip, maybe down to the Strat, turned around down off of Sahara, then came back down.
Don't
Paradise,
give them ideas.
Like, stretched it out a little bit. I know, I don't want to give them ideas.
Yeah, come on.
Anyway.
F1.
F1 means fuck one. Fuck one, fuck two, fuck 3 laps, all the laps. Fuck them all. You're in for millions.
F them all.
Straight up. Mike Tyson, a resident of Las Vegas, not far from where we are, the studios and where we are tonight.
Have you stalked him yet? Have you ever been to his house?
Well, I've seen him.
Have you ever gone out in front of his house like you did Michael Jackson?
No.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
You can't really do it because he's right on the main road.
Oh, okay.
So you can't really be standing out there. Plus, I don't think many people know.
They do now.
They don't know specifically where we are. But Tyson fought Jake Paul last weekend. I watched it.
Yeah,
I mean, it was sad.
Sorry.
He tarnished his legacy. Did you see it, Stone?
I'll tell my very short story. I could talk about Mike Tyson forever. I love Mike Tyson. I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan. I could talk about him all night long. I love where he's at in his life.
Yeah.
What he's made of himself ever since his troubled youth.
Right.
And he's my age.
Troubled 20s.
I know. He's exactly my age. I watched him as a 20-year-old, 19-year-old kid going, that guy's the heavyweight champion of the world. But point being is that I had a gig that night. I was working. I was playing drums at a club. So unfortunately, I could not watch the fight. And I was really sad about it at the time because, of course, I was rooting, like the rest of the world, for Mike Tyson to do something.
Right.
By the time I finished my gig, and I was kind of sad that I missed it, I had heard enough about it that I still have not seen it because I don't need to see that Mike Tyson right now. God bless him. I'm glad he got his $20 million because people just want to see him on TV, I guess. But I want to see. I really was hoping he'd go show the whippersnapper, and Jake Paul.
Well, he could have.
Thing or two.
I think he held back. Mike Tyson looked
He definitely
great.
held back from the little bit of video that I saw.
He's been looking great for the last 5 years of when he shows himself training because he still does that anyway. He still has close-in speed, okay, and, for it only being 2-minute rounds at 58, despite his health issues a year or so ago, Mike Tyson is still a world-class athlete at 58 years old. Jerry Rice is still a world-class athlete. He may be a senior, okay, but he is still trained and athletic. You know what I'm saying? And again, like you used to always say, we're not going to grow old like our parents did.
Right.
We're not going to grow, so these guys are not growing old, like that. Mm-hmm. They're still healthy, the health regimen, exercise regimen.
58's the new 48, 38.
Right.
It's 58, but compared to this unexperienced kid who's never faced anybody like Tyson, and from what I saw watching the lead-up show, the documentary, and just what I've seen of Tyson online and his training and all that, he could have put a better fourth effort, and he could have hurt that kid if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Because the kid had no feet under him. He's not a professional boxer. 58, 28, or whatever, he's still Mike Tyson. And, I will give that age in the sense of fatigue might have got him, the adrenaline, what have you. But I personally think he just didn't really, put forth an effort, man.
I think he held
try
back.
to hurt this kid. He held back because I think he could have done some damage.
Yeah.
Because the kid's not a good fighter.
Right.
He's not a boxer.
Right.
Okay, and he's been a gimmick and all that, but he didn't even put any aggressive, emphasis behind what the
he kept hugging him.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I love Mike, and we all know, he's our generation. He's our boxer for our generation.
But you took the money, man.
Yeah.
You took the scratch.
Took the dough.
I understand. But
he remarkably was much more healthy before he did the thing. If you recall, the way he looked.
You think he did the thing?
He definitely did the thing.
The same thing?
He was trying to keep he was trying to keep, traveling. He had to do it to travel at that time. So he ended up in a wheelchair behind it. If you look at the first 2 years before that, he was all chiseled, and the podcast that he did, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. So he did. I saw his age this time, which I haven't seen, in the last, years of knowing him.
Years of him.
Yeah, he still was. We all look older than we did 20 years ago, 30 years ago. But
not you, beautiful black holes. Yeah.
Not you at all.
No.
You're so ravishing, you
No.
are.
You become more beautiful every moment of every day.
Keep going. No, just wait. But that's, I think, with him, he just all of a sudden just started, you can tell he's been with some health challenges in the last couple of years.
Well, I can tell you as a 57-year-old man myself, you do hit a day where all of a sudden you go,
oh,
whoa,
shit. Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Right.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh,
Where's
no.
my Wheaties?
Oh, no. Yeah, that was pretty much, they both held back.
Yeah, it was a scripted, I think, little.
It was supposed to be
It wasn't a
fake
legacy
match.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be fake. It was
Well,
a
yeah.
sanctioned fight.
Nah, it was fake.
But I knew something was fishy when Las Vegas wouldn't sanction it. It was like, okay, Vegas won't sanction it. And they did in Texas because they will sanction cockfights. They will sanction, envelope opening, in a rustic,
right.
Cowboy
Hamster races.
Yeah,
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, man. Texas is all for it, man. So yeah, I think that's what it was, man. And my whole thing was seeing, like I said, how healthy he looked. It was kind of like a thing with Gen X. Like, man, this would be great just for people to get the understanding that, yeah, we are the new elders. We're emerging now. We're, in the middle parts of our life, so to speak, socially and the way they look at it.
So to speak.
You're
in the middle. I'm like.
But, that's what I'm saying. I thought he would have been the perfect representation to, do like George Foreman did 20-something years ago when he beat Michael Moore.
Right.
And that was a big, boost.
We
for,
wanted him to
Right.
make
you know,
history.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
It
the
didn't
big
happen
boost
that
for
way.
the boomers and the belief that they were still young and still vibrant. Even though they were older,
Right,
they were
but
still
it's-
fit. And,
I'm tired of our generation always being the one taking the loss.
right,
It's like,
right. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
he got to take this L,
I
or
know.
he chose to do that.
Right.
It's like, I'm tired of losing. I want the underdog to win again. And we need a universal shift. We need a blessing for that to be able to
We
happen.
need a hero. We need a hero at the end of the night. And he's gotta be strong.
And you
he's gotta be, and he's gotta be blessed. I need a hero. Stonerdude's my hero. He's one of them. Anyway, you guys are supposed to rock tonight. This weekend I was going to promote this. The Raiders fan convention in Vegas.
And it got
you tell me
canceled.
It got canceled. What the hell happened?
Go ahead and say it got canceled.
Yeah,
What
you
the hell
should.
Raiderhead was supposed to play the Raider fan convention this Saturday in Las Vegas. But unfortunately, due to the Raiders sucking so bad and nobody wanting to spend their money and come to Vegas right now, that's a Raider fan anyway.
That's a business decision.
Right?
It was a business decision.
Right.
Fans
Just
are
like
making
Devontae.
business decisions.
Fans are making business decisions,
Great,
just
smart
like
one, too.
Devontae.
Right on. Okay.
Just
Sorry,
like
though,
Jack-
about you guys
No,
and the
no,
other performers
yeah.
not being able to do
Yeah. Well, I'm playing all the time. As a matter of fact, I'll keep you posted. But the famous rock band Primus is looking for
Primus
a
sucks.
drummer.
Uh-oh.
They're doing a global.
Primus.
They're doing a
Tim
global
left.
drum search. Tim Herb Alexander decided he did
Tim
not want
left,
to play
that's
anymore. He
right.
retired. And there's it's all over. It's
There's an
Rolling
opening.
Stone magazine. It's blabbermouth.net.
Right.
It's on Instagram. It's on
Primus
Twitter.
Primus
So-
sucks.
And I did submit my.
Yes.
I
yes,
put my.
yes,
I put my
alright.
hat in the ring. So we'll see if I could just get now I'm gonna play Fantasyland. Okay.
Go for it.
Primus is one of my favorite bands of all time. I do think I'm the guy. I have the ability. I have the history. My band
Yes.
Bong is very Primus
Yeah.
influenced.
Yes.
I'm a stoner. I'm
Right.
from the Bay Area.
Woo!
I got a lot going for me when it comes to
Yeah.
just get me in the room.
Yeah, get him
Just
in
get me in the
there.
room. Give me an
Get him
audition.
in the room.
Put me behind a drum set. So if anybody out there has any connections to Les Claypool and Primus or wants to go and flood their Instagram with Michael Masonette, a.k.a. Stonerdude, I will allow that. But I already
Push it.
But I did officially send in my
Push it.
emails with
Yes.
my
Yeah.
information. It's
All right, we
music.
gotta hurry up, make the show 50 so we can really do a big campaign.
So anyways, yeah. So my name is in the ring.
Right on.
Right.
To be continued.
Yes. To be continuing on Raider Fan Radio live here in Las Vegas. We just wanted to check in with you. All right, Primus sucks. Jerry was a race car driver.
I love
Just so
that.
goddamn fast.
That's right.
Never did win no checkered flag, but it never did come in last.
That's right.
Well, the Raiders are going to come in last, and that's too bad. But enjoy yourself
Again.
this weekend.
Segue.
All you Raider fans, all you Los Angelinos who are holding it down, God bless you for making the drive. You others making business decisions, that's what you got to do. You got to show the team that you won't stand for the bullshit, man.
Right.
And they're not trying to win. Sabotage, something's going on, but we wish all you fans well. Stone, have a good one. Good to see you, the beautiful black host. So loud
Yeah.
shooting at you all.
And it's good to see you, Raider Hater
Good
Rob.
to see you
Yes.
always. Yes. Hate every day on the show. Live from Vegas, man. We'll see you next time.
Woo!
Hit it and quit it.
Later, Raider.
Later, Raiders.
What do we do, press stop?
No, we just get up and walk away.
That was good.